This one bit of powerful information today will change everything. You'll go from struggling to lose weight to losing weight, regaining your energy, and you'll do it without ever stepping foot in a gym, without eating boring lettuce leaves or counting a single calorie. Hi, I'm Stephanie, and let me tell you, I get it. I'm what you'd call an easy gainer. So easy for me to gain weight. I was fat. I was the queen of yo yo dieting. And since my late teens, I'd struggled to lose weight. But everything changed when I discovered what I'm about to share with you today. Here's a photo from my master's graduation. I had to buy a UK size 20 skirt. That's a size 16 in the US, and I weighed 14 stones. That's not too far shy of 200 pounds. And now at 53, I've cracked it. I'm slim, energetic, healthy, and it feels easy. Friends often ask me how I eat so much and stay slim. Here's some photos taken at a recent dinner earlier this week. I'm now a UK size 10, and that's a US size 6 because I know we've got lots of American viewers. So today I'm going to explain what I wish I'd known for decades. I can't wait to share it with you because, yeah, it's so revolutionary and it makes it all so easy. If you're like me, you've probably been following the government guidelines. You fill at least half of your plate with healthy carbs and with vegetables. You avoid red meat and saturated fat like it's the devil. And yet, nothing. The scale won't budge. Even when you've been eating right on plan, you feel stuck and frustrated, wondering, what am I doing wrong? I was there too. Here's the truth. The reason you can't lose weight is that your body is locked in fat storage mode. And the culprit? Insulin resistance. And you might be wondering, what is insulin resistance and what does that mean for me practically? So let me break it down really simply. Every time you eat, especially carbs and sugar, your body releases a hormone called insulin. One of insulin's jobs is to help move glucose or sugar out of your bloodstream and into your cells for energy. When it's working well, insulin knocks on the doors of your cells and says, "Hey, I've got sugar to let in." And the cells say, "Hey, come in, sugar." And then your insulin goes down and your body can go back to fat burning and burn the energy that you've stored. But here's the catch. Over time, if your diet is high in carbs and sugar, your cells stop responding to insulin. So insulin knocks the doors and the cells say, "No, we've got enough. We can't take any more. Go away." And that causes the insulin to get higher and higher and the cells still resistant. And when the insulin is high, it's saying one thing to your body: store fat. So this fat storage cycle becomes a permanent mode. So even if you're eating the so-called healthy carbs and sugars and you're following all the rules that we've been told in the government guidelines, when your diet is high carb, your insulin is high, possibly all day, and that puts your body permanently into fat storage mode. It's impossible for you to burn your body fat. All those so called healthy carbs are literally telling your body to store fat, and they're signaling your body not to burn your existing fat. Now, if anyone had told me that my daily bowl of porridge with the berries and a drizzle of honey was bad for me, I wouldn't have believed them. So you might be skeptical, but it's the truth. Those oats are digested in your body as sugars. And it's not just oats. Brown rice, whole grain pasta, whole grain bread, all sugar. Doesn't matter whether it's whole grain or whether it's white, it's all digested as sugar in your body. Here's the kicker: your body is designed to be able to manage about 6 grams of sugar at any one time. 6 grams. It's just over one sugar cube. The average person in the UK and the US eats 72 grams of sugar per day. It's so much higher than our bodies can tolerate. The true level of the sugars we eat is probably even higher than that because the carbohydrates are often not counted in the sugar stats. And carbohydrates are also sugar as soon as you eat them. So, where it says on a food label, for example, 50 grams of carbs, of which 10 grams sugar, all 50 grams of carbs is sugar to your body. And we all know it is so easy to overeat sugar without even eating anything sweet. So many people have said to me, but I don't eat sugar because they're not recognizing all of the savory places, as I just mentioned, where sugar lives. So, any carbohydrate. Let's look at an example. Imagine you've got two breakfast options, a big plate of bacon and eggs, or a tiny 30-gram bowl with two slices of whole wheat toast, two small slices of a whole wheat toast. So, based on the government guidelines in the UK and many other countries around the world, you'd probably think that the cornflakes and the toast are the healthier option. But here's the reality: the bowl of cereals and toast equals about 14 teaspoons of sugar. And that's before you even sprinkle sugar on it or put jam on your toast. 14 teaspoons is 58 grams of sugar for breakfast alone. Crazy. For breakfast, we've gone almost 10x on the 6 grams of sugar our bodies can handle, and we haven't eaten very much. So chances are high you'll be snacking before lunch and it'll be something else carby with yet more sugar. No wonder we're in trouble. We're feeding our bodies too much sugar and we're creating this situation where insulin is raised. And we're doing it while thinking that we're making the healthy choices because we're following those government guidelines. And those government guidelines have led to a situation where in the UK and in the US, over 50% all adults are either pre-diabetic or diabetic, and many more are also insulin resistant. And insulin, as we've said, is a fat storage hormone. So when insulin is raised, it's impossible to burn fat, no matter how little you're eating. Dr. Robert Lustig is a highly respected pediatric endocrinologist and professor, and he's renowned for his expertise in metabolic health, including insulin resistance. So let's hear a clip from him now.
Most everybody has this insulin resistance problem that is called metabolic syndrome. But insulin's the bad guy no matter how you look at it. There is no weight gain without insulin. You gotta get the insulin down. Bottom line is anything that gets the insulin down ultimately leads to weight loss.
Dr. Lustig has just confirmed what many of us have known for years, that even when we're eating very little, we're not losing weight. And that's likely because our insulin is too high, and there's no weight loss when insulin is high. If you found this video useful, please hit the like button and also hit subscribe. And if you know anybody over 40 who would really benefit from this information, please share this video. And not only is high insulin and high blood sugar bad for fat loss, but too much sugar causes glycation in your body and causes many chronic diseases. Jessie Inshope, I think is how you pronounce it, is a biochemist and sugar expert, and she explains it here.
When you put chicken in an oven and it goes from pink to brown, it has cooked and it has glycated. The glycation is doing the cooking. A human being, from the moment they're born, they start cooking on the inside. I know this sounds weird, but it's true. Through this process of glycation. And then when you're fully cooked, you die. I know it sounds really weird, but it's actually what happens scientifically. Glycation is happening and you're browning on the inside like the chicken in the oven. So for example, if you look at the cartilage of a baby, it's white. If you look at the cartilage of a person who's 100 years old, it is brown because it has glycated. So glycation and glucose kind of sound similar.
They do, yeah.
And it's because it's glucose that does the glycating.
So the lower the glucose, the lower the glycation.
Yep. So the more glucose is in your body, the more glucose spikes you are experiencing, the faster you are cooking, the faster you are glycating, and the faster you are aging. Because glycation shows on your skin as wrinkles, but also slowly ages your organ.
And not only does glycation cause aging, as Jessie was just saying, it also causes chronic diseases too. Imagine what would happen if you started pouring sugar into a glass of water. The water would become stickier and gummier the more sugar that you pour in. And it's the same in your blood. It causes your blood to become syrupy. It sticks to cells where it shouldn't, and it affects cells all over your body, causing other health issues such as blindness, hearing loss, neuropathy, hand and foot amputation, heart disease, some cancers, autoimmune diseases, kidney disease, liver disease, depression, dementia, and more. And this is why type 2 diabetes is such a killer. It shortens your lifespan. But here's the good news. You can fix this if you have a level of insulin resistance. You can fix this. And the key is to lower your carb and sugar intake. Now, I know that might sound scary. It certainly did for me back in the day. But when you eat fewer carbs, your insulin level drops. When your insulin drops, your body can finally unlock your fat stores and start burning fat for energy. You turn yourself into a fat burner. It'll help you to be healthier because insulin is also a growth factor. And that's why type 2 diabetes is also related with some cancers. So, whether you're overweight or not overweight, it's great to address this if you suspect that you might be insulin resistant. Losing the carbs and the sugars does not mean starving yourself and living off lettuce leaves. The best foods to support you in lowering your insulin, lowering your blood sugar, and getting your energy and your health back are foods that are packed with healthy fats and proteins. Foods like eggs, salmon, juicy steaks, all with the delicious fat that naturally comes with them. Not only do these foods keep you full and satisfied, but they also help regulate your hormones and repair your metabolism. So important for both men and women to regulate hormones after 40. Saturated fat is required for hormone production and for brain health. It's been shown in medical studies that low carb diets can reverse early stage dementia. All the cholesterol in your body, but particularly in your brain, needs the saturated fat. After all the decades of low fat propaganda that we've had, this can be hard to get your head around. And I know you might be thinking, but wait, isn't saturated fat bad for you? But this approach isn't a fad. It's backed by science. There's been so much research on the ketogenic diet for health. That's a version of the low carbohydrate diet. And low carbohydrate diets always have to be higher in protein and fat because the foods are either carbohydrate, protein, and fat. The essential ones to our health are protein and fat. Carbohydrates are totally optional, and sugar has no nutritional value at all. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't eat any carbohydrate. We are individual in how much carbohydrates we can tolerate. So you can absolutely get the energy you want. You can absolutely get the food you want. You can eat great food. You can have your best body yet. Cut down on carbs, increase the healthy proteins and fats, and add a few simple lifestyle changes. Now, you can absolutely do this on your own simply by changing your diet in the way that we've talked about, swapping out those carbs for protein and healthy fat, and you'll watch your body transform. But if you're ready for fast track results, or if you want a supportive community, if you feel like you're going to find it hard to give up your croissants or your porridge, we'd love to help you. Join our 90-day Best Body Yet challenge starting in January 2025. It's a step-by-step program, individual with a one-to-one element, and it's designed to help you burn fat, boost your energy, and feel amazing over 40. It will also include the use of continuous glucose monitors. And these allow you to, you put the glucose monitor on the back of your arm, it measures your personal response to different sugars, such as maybe porridge or toast or whatever it is that you like to eat, and work out what works for you and what doesn't, in what actually happens in real time to your blood sugars. So we'll be using that along with personal coaching to find the foods that really work for you. So click the link below to join the Happy Sexy Health WhatsApp group to learn more about the challenge. So let's do this together. Your best body is waiting. You're with me at the end. So please, if you haven't already, subscribe and I will see you next time. Let's do this together. Your best body is waiting.